weekend. And I don't know. I can't speak for everybody else, but I'm from Santana Block Crips, so it's gonna do what it do.
Well, I hope your adoptive son is okay, that you're able to get a hold of him.
But I heard that he passed.
Yeah, okay. Hopefully that's not true, but it is. I'm so sorry.
Thank you
Okay.
very much.
All right, so again, multiple people shot. We're told that at least 7 people were injured.
Santana Block. The East Side Santana Block Compton Crips are a black gang on the east side of Compton. Their territory is bounded by Pine Street to the north, Rosecrans Avenue to the south, Alameda Street to the west, and Long Beach Boulevard to the east. Before their formation, there were 2 separate gangs, the Oak Park Boys, also known as the Oak Park Businessmen, and Midtown. The 2 gangs were active in the area during the early 1970s. The Santana Block Crips was initially organized by Kim Bullet Tate. However, after Tate's death in 1978, leadership passed to Kenneth Turtle Johnson, who followed through with Tate's wishes to unite the 2 gangs, solidifying the Santana Block Crips' presence in Compton. In 1989, Johnson was ambushed and killed in Linwood, California. The circumstances surrounding his death remain controversial, with various theories suggesting involvement by rival gangs or law enforcement, though no definitive conclusions have been reached.
The black gangs divide into 2 warring clans, the Crips and the Bloods or Pyrus. The leader of the Santana Block Crips is 24, a drug peddler. He's been a gang member since he was 14. Kenneth Johnson, known as Turtle.
How I started, I had just moved to California. And I was going to Roosevelt Junior High School. And a lot of bloods used to come up to the school and run them everybody home. You know, and I used to wonder, you know, what's happening? What they running everybody home for? Well, it's skating rain, partner. So, you know, I used to wonder what they running for. What's Crip? What's Pyru? So I go home. My buddies used to, you know, ask me what I'm doing coming from that way. You a Pyru? I say, no, man. And I get stopped on the other side of the street. They ask me if I'm a Crip. And I say, no, I don't know what you're talking about. So I was in the, you know, in the blind. I didn't know what was what. Till a couple of guys told me, you know, Pyru's over there, you know, Crips over here, you know? So I say, is that right? What's that? They say a gang, a street gang. You know, so me and my little brother, we didn't know, you know, we didn't know nothing. You know, we knew. So after a while, you know, we got to going along, you know, getting used to it. You know, so we started being in the street gang too. Crips.
32 rounds. I can go tear up Lewis Park with this. I can kill about 32 people if I hit them all.
Yes, indeed.
This is the same thing. I owns 2 of these.
This exhibition may be alarming, but for thousands of young people in Los Angeles, weapons are now part of everyday life and death.
9mm.
Tell them about the tray 8. Make them 8.
38 revolver. It really hurts. I had 6 of them in me. It hurts real bad.
Real bad.
That's why right now I issue it out.
My Lord.
The receiving, I ships it.
Why do you need the weapons?
Because guys don't fight anymore.
They don't use the.
We used to fight, but they don't do that anymore.
Guns.
All about shooting, taking them out.
Taking them off the game. And if you ever had to use them,
A lot of times,
many. But when another gang came,
when they come to the home front, that's when we use them.
yes.
And when they come shoot them.
Tragnew Park Crips. Tragnew Park Compton Crips is a predominantly black gang located on the west side of Compton. Their territory runs from 154th Street on the north to Alondra Boulevard to the south, Clymar Avenue on the west, and Central Avenue to the east. In the early 1970s, this neighborhood was originally known as Taper Street Pyru, a blood-affiliated gang, but like many other areas at the time, it shifted and became part of the Crips by the mid-1970s. Notable members of Tragnew Park Crips include rapper MC8, As one of two MCs in the four-man group Compton's Most Wanted, MC8 rose to prominence, with the group's success peaking with the 1992 album Music to Drive By. He later expanded into acting, notably playing the role of AWACS in the 1993 film Menace to Society and contributing to its acclaimed soundtrack. 8 also lent his voice to the character, writer in the 2004 video game Grand Theft Auto, San Andreas.
My introduction to that was around, 12, 13 years old.
What year was this?
Shit, this had to be like 85, 86. It was treacherous around, I would go to the bus stop getting ready to go to school, and then I started getting introduced to niggas sweating you and shit. I didn't know what the fuck that was about.
What is this?
I'm sitting at the bus stop getting ready to go to school, and it's like, nigga, where the fuck you from? And what you doing over here? And why you got that on? And what you wearing that hat for? And why you got that? And I'm looking like, God damn, and that was the reality of it. So
Kelly Park Crips. The East Side Kelly Park Compton Crips are a predominantly black gang based on the east side of Compton. Their territory stretches several blocks from Alondra Boulevard to Greenleaf Boulevard, surrounded by rivals Neighborhood Compton Crips and Atlantic Drive Compton Crips on the east and west. The name Kelly Park comes from the park and surrounding neighborhood located near Alondra Boulevard and Aranby Avenue in Compton. The Kelly Park Crips emerged in the late 1970s and early 80s, starting off as the Kelly Park Hustlers. During the 1980s, the Kelly Park Crips were strong allies with the neighborhood Compton Crips and the Atlantic Drive Crips, who would all hang out at Kelly Park. However, once the crack epidemic hit, the three gangs would become rivals, warring over drug turf. Eric Wright, better known as Eazy-E, founder of Ruthless Records and a founding member of the influential rap group NWA, Niggas with Attitudes, was raised in this neighborhood and became affiliated with the Kelly Park Crips during his youth. Known for his street savvy and entrepreneurial drive in his teens and early 20s, Wright later teamed up with Andre Ramel Young, better known as the legendary Dr.Dre, who lived nearby on Harris Avenue. Combining Eazy-E's financial backing with Dr. Dre's musical talent, the two played a central role in forming NWA in 1986. Fellow NWA member MC Ren was also affiliated with the Kelly Park Crips. Other notable members include rapper Tweety Bird Loke and the late rapper AWOL.
Basically, gangster rap, I guess it's like telling the real and not holding back, giving up, the reality from the street point of view. And like by us being from the streets, we know how to report it. I tell, basically what's going on.
Eazy-E grew up on the mean streets of Compton, California. He's a gangster rap original with a long police rap sheet and a top 10 pop album.
They say rap promotes violence and gangster rap does this and everything else. And I don't think gangster rap promotes violence at all. I think it's the person, A rap song doesn't make a person go out and shoot people or go out and people and everything else. I think it's the person.
You have another.
Park Village Crips. The Park Village Compton Crips are a black and Samoan gang based on the west side of Compton. Their territory consists mainly of two apartment complexes, the Park Village Apartments and the Wilmington Arms, centered in between Compton Boulevard and Alondra Boulevard. Park Village Crips, originally forming in the early 70s in the Park Village Apartments and eventually spreading to Wilmington Arms projects, built around the early to mid-70s. In the Park Village neighborhood, gang members use the term "ya" as a neighborhood call, with terms like Yajix instead of projects, and even referring to the city of Compton as Yampton. Notable members of Park Village Crips include Grammy Award-winning rapper Roddy Ricch.
This is the new Wilmington Arms Day, just to be exact.
Yeah. I mean, is this Blood or Crip area?
It's Crip.
Okay. Did you grow up gang related or? Yeah.
Crip.
Can you want to talk about like how old did you start gang banging?
Shit, I mean, young nigga, I was like running around with all the Crips, like all my cousins, like all my family, like Crip. Then I got older, like I jumped off the porch. I got kicked out my mama's house when I was like 15, 16. So then I started like getting in the streets real.
Yeah. So 15, 16, you start coming around this area? Okay.
I've always been over here. My grandparents live in the farms. Yeah. So like we was back and forth. My cousins lived in Nutty block. Yeah. So it was all right here all the time.
Yeah.
Southside Compton Crips. Southside Compton Crips are a predominantly black gang located in southeast Compton, also known as the Southside. Their territory is bounded by Compton Boulevard on the north, Greenleaf Boulevard to the south, Long Beach Boulevard on the east, and Santa Fe Avenue on the west. Originating as early as the late 60s, Southside Crips have been active since the 1970s and have been involved in various criminal activities over the years, including drug trafficking, robbery, and violent crime. During the crack epidemic, the Southside Compton Crips operated numerous drug houses throughout their territory. Members are known to wear Seattle Mariners gear with the S logo signifying South for the Southside Crips. The gang gained national attention in 1996 when Orlando Baby Lane Anderson, one of their members, was alleged to be the gunman in the high-profile murder of superstar rapper, the legendary Tupac Shakur. The incident occurred in Las Vegas, Nevada, just hours after Anderson was involved in a physical altercation with Tupac and members of Death Row Records at the MGM Grand. Though Anderson was questioned by police, he was never formally charged, and the case remains officially unsolved. The Southside Compton Crips allegedly celebrated the murder of Tupac, and a gang war erupted between the Southside Crips and Mob Pirus in Compton.
In the streets of Compton, you get me? Because everybody knew that the South was beefing with the mob. You know, it was no secret. So everybody knew the little story about how Suge and the mob and Puffy was over here with the Crips. You get me? So it was tension already. It was tension. So unfortunately, it's just what happened. You get me? And at the end of the day, we lost Tupac, you know what I'm saying? We lost Baby Lane on some other shit, you know, and thus we have two more young black men who fall victim to the affiliation of Compton gangbanging.
Less than 2 years later, on May 29, 1998, Orlando Anderson was killed in a shootout after he and his friend Michael Lil Aldero went to a car wash on Alondra Boulevard and got into a confrontation with Michael Stone and nephew Jerry J-Dog Stone, both members of the Corner Pocket Crips. Gunfight erupted, resulting in the deaths of Anderson, Michael, and Jerry, and the injury of Dero. Michael Dero would later be charged with all 3 murders and sentenced to life in prison, despite pleading self-defense.
You know what I'm talking about? The car wash with Baby Lane that killed Tupac. He got killed right there. You know what I'm saying? Him and the nigga from Paru, they got into a shootout right up there, you know what I'm saying? Till they killed each other, you know what I mean? That's an OG car wash, been here for years as well. This is Alondra right here. Acacia's right here to the right. We finna go to the hill right after this.
Okay, what about how does everybody know that this dude killed, what's his name, Baby Lane?
Baby Lane, yeah, that's the dude. So, you know, I don't know if he really killed Tupac. That's who supposedly killed Tupac. You did what I'm talking about? And that's where he was at in his Navy, you know what I'm saying, getting his car washed, and he got into a shootout up here, you know what I'm saying, that's where he died at, you know what I'm saying.
So the person they said that originally killed him that was in that video, I think was that the dude that was on the video at that casino?
Yeah, that's supposed to be him.
Yeah, that was
exactly.
Supposed to be him,
that's
right.
supposed to be
Okay.
him right there who killed Tupac. That's supposed to be who killed Pac, you know what I'm saying, that's where it happened at right there, so that's OG, you know what I'm saying.
Acacia Block. Acacia Block Compton Crips are a black gang in the southern region of Compton. Their territory is bounded by West Alondra Boulevard to the north, Greenleaf Boulevard to the south, Oleander Avenue on the west, and Willowbrook Avenue on the east.
still is.
Whooping your asses, now we killing your asses.
Killing with big ass burgers like this, nigga. Acacia Block, nigga. Big old fifth on your motherfucking head, cuz. Nigga, Acacia Block.
We can't put that big shit on camera.
Big shit, nigga.
We can't put that big shit on camera, because it might link back to something you don't know about.
Acacia Block, nigga. What it do?
Eastside Compton, Spoketown Crip.
Yeah.
That's me.
Nigga.
Backbone Murder Squad.
Acacia Block Crips have been known to have a strong alliance with its nearby neighbors, the Spooktown Compton Crips and the Farm Dog Compton Crips. Their alliance is known as ATF, which stands for Acacia, Town, and Farm. In 2007, National Geographic featured the Acacia Block Compton Crips in the documentary LA Gang Wars, highlighting their activities and challenges within the gang landscape of Los Angeles.
Where you from, though, nigga? That ain't the question. You know, poop niggas, where you from, nigga?
That's my wait.
Hold up,
Oh, no, wait up. No, he's straight. No.
Hold
I didn't know that was you. All right, man. Go ahead.
Where you from, huh?
He ain't from nowhere.
Big A Block Compton Crip, cuz. Go on.
I didn't know who he was for.
Yeah.
That's my money, man.
That's
my money, man.
We don't have that on
That's my money, man.
Hey, we let them live when they acting right. We let them live. We let them live when they acting right.
That's my money, man. That's my money. They can't mess with my money. That's my money.
Hey,
he didn't say my name. They would have had his ass.
Hey, like Yin Yang say, all you gotta do is act right.
Nutty Block. Nutty Block Compton Crips are a black gang located on the west side of Compton. Nutty Block's territory is bounded by Central Avenue on the west, Wilmington Avenue on the east, Alondra Boulevard to the north, and Greenleaf Boulevard to the south.
Crip, look, here we go right here. We started Compton Crip, original grandees from the block gang. We started the block. We the first niggas set the block. We the first niggas set the block. And it was 165, West Side, Grandee, motherfucking block. Everybody else didn't want to do nothing, baby. You know, we put in work. We do everything. My niggas Block Compton Crip.
The Nutty Block Compton Crips are centered around 165th and 166th Streets, with the Grandee Apartments on Grandee Avenue serving as a key hangout spot. Members often wear the New York Yankees New York logo, reinterpreting it to represent Nutty. The area was originally controlled by the Grandee Crips, who were active from the early 1970s through the end of the decade. By the early 1980s, a younger generation rebranded the neighborhood under the new identity of Nutty Block. The Nutty Block Compton Crips have also left a mark on West Coast hip-hop. Half-brothers rappers BG Knockout and Dresta, both affiliated with the gang, rose to fame after featuring on Eazy-E's 1993 diss track Real Motherfucking G's. Their 1995 debut album Real Brothers solidified their place in the rap scene, giving voice to their neighborhood and street experiences through music. Other notable members of Nutty Block include Geechee Gotti, a prominent battle rapper and lyricist. He's recognized not only for his lyrical skill and dominance in the battle rap scene, but also for authentically representing his background and street affiliation in his performances.
Man, just like everybody else, family full of dope fiends and gangsters, you know what I'm saying, and hustlers. Grew up, it's like every other average kid. Then I got caught up in the, the funds of the street world. Became a Nutty Block Crip, and the rest is history, man. Same old gang story everybody else got. Went to jail for gang-related murder. During my experience in prison is where I learned that the people that I thought was my enemies, coming to find out that we had to stick together up in there, you know what I'm saying? And just being in that environment really taught me, like when I get back to the streets, as far as me going to war with other gang members, it was like I was done with that part of my life. Just being up in there and realizing that, like, I got tricked, I've been fooled to think that this dude was my enemy, and now I'm over here eating, playing basketball with him, baseball, cars, dominoes, and stuff like that.